Not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And the topic of the day is the black woman to blame for the deplorable nature of the black community? And the thing is with me, I like to look at things with a rational mind. As they say, a tranquil mind is the first requisite for good judgment. Now, and I know a lot of these guys, they're making these emotional responses and they guise them with logic, you know what I'm saying, as their guise or some forth. And when you blame the black female for everything under the sun, I can only assume that that is an irrational and emotional response, at least irrational. Now, I know why some of these guys make these black women bashing videos. You know, it's to get views and subscribers. You know, there's a whole lot of content here. But I'm telling people to use clear judgment. Now, with the black community, and I'm not talking about the black community across the board. You know, I know that there's black neighborhoods that are doing fine. You know, I've seen them myself. But you know, we talk about we think about what is the poster child of the black community or a poster environment. We think about the South Side of Chicago, Detroit, Camden, New Jersey, you know, Bent Harbor, Michigan, you know, or whatever. You know, they're not doing so good. And when you look at these decadent communities, I'm like, they're failing across the board. I'm like, there's nothing that the black, where you can look at the black community and say, oh well, they're exceeding in this area right here. No, except for church. Going to church and getting the gospel and donating your money to church is the only realm where black people can compete with anybody at. That's it, you know. And let's look at the problem in the black community. Well, we have single mother homes, you know, high crime rates, incarceration, alcoholism, drug abuse, rats and roaches. You know, it's infested by all kind of pests. There's trash everywhere. You know, you look and you just see trash. You know, old empty Popeye's chicken box laying out there on the street. And you know what I'm saying? You have industrial toxic waste. Now, this is what Van Jones have been talking about. You know what I'm saying? He said that white people are poisoning minority communities. And most people thought, well, they're opening up liquor stores there. No, he's talking about in toxic waste going in there. Matter of fact, in my city, in a predominantly black area on the near west side, and anybody who lives in my city will know what I'm talking about. There was some factory there, some chemical place, and they eventually moved. They left a lot of filth in the ground, in the water, whatever, and they got like this massive cleanup job over there, you know. And this was a white company. You know, they got these pipelines coming out. They had to block out streets to clean up all these pollutants that this company has been putting in the ground for years, and that black people and black children have been exposed to this. You know, and this will lead to test scores. So with the black community, it's almost like Murphy's Law. Anything that will go wrong, anything that can go wrong, will go wrong. And that's the thing. So therefore, there are things that is beyond the black woman's control. You know, you just, you know, a lot of it is an eyesore. Now, we can also say this about poor white communities too. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're not doing so well. You know, I guess, you know, people look at in this country, people look at poor people as a defect altogether. You know, that you're lazy. There has to be something on why you're living in this environment, something as if something wrong with you, and so forth. So motherless, single parent households is kind of like just a really I would say it's high up there on the scale, but there's a lot of problems there that people are going to ignore. And with the black community, you have a lot of internal problems, and you have a lot of external problems. You know, the quote-unquote coons, as they call them, focused on the internal problems. Well, look what black people are doing. They're rah rah rah. The pro-blacks focus on the external problems, like police brutality and all this corruption here, black people being disenfranchised. This is the problem, and this is causing a lot of internal problems. I say it's a combination of both. And a lot of external problems created a lot of internal problems, and now we got this mesh up going on. Now, why does black men blame the black female for the faults of the black community? Well, a lot of it only exists on the realm of social media. People get subscribers or whatever. If you kind of have this dialogue outside this, in the outside world, at a liquor store or whatever, and so forth, I'm like, most men tend to, have their gripes about women. Women don't know what they want. They're wishy-washy. They say they want this, they want that. But to sit around and say, hey man, this is all the black female's fault, people may kind of look at you funny. It's not a conversation that you would want to have, a comfortable conversation you will want to have with strangers. Maybe if you're around people that are like-minded, that that have this same dialogue and so forth. Now, the black man in this country has always been sort of treated like a boy, that can't measure up to the white man and so forth. When it comes to the black community, so a realistic synopsis is that maybe, it may not even be savable, and so forth. Well, certain parts of it's going to take a lot of work. That's why a lot of people just go ahead and just exit. A lot of black people look at the black community as something that you should escape from, and so forth. Like if you look at the movie, even some of those what they call hood movies, Boys in the Hood, Clockers, Menace to Society, at the end of the movie, they have to get away. They're going somewhere else. They're getting out of this environment, And also the black community is very volatile and fragile. You know what I mean? Like a certain chemistry there, explosives there. Like a lot of things that won't affect other communities, or they'll find ways to maneuver around them, or use problem-solving skills, because that's what black people need. We don't need any more irrational responses. Oh, the black woman, this black woman, she's dating thugs. No, we need to use things with a truly logical mind, because that word being tossed around. That's how we need to analyze things. Because like you take the gender war between black men and black female, most countries, there's always some sort of friction between the genders. But with black people, it's just like, it's explosive. Now you take child support, anybody who lives in this country, who's an American citizen, gotta abide by these laws. They're for everybody. But with black people, it's like, you take liquor stores, and people say, well, there's liquor stores in every corner. It's set up that way. In some aspects, yes, but there would not be liquor stores if people don't buy them. Buy it. And in this country, it's very easy to get a hold of alcohol. You act like that if they do this to white neighborhoods, that, alcoholism is going to go out of control. But I've said this in my liquor store video about, in white neighborhoods, you see bars everywhere. There's these Irish pubs. They're all over the place. You can buy liquor at gas stations. You can buy liquor at grocery stores. Hell, you can get liquor delivered to your damn house. So therefore, a liquor store on every corner, that's not... that it just shows you how volatile the black community is. Like, it's like, you have guns. We don't know if there's more guns in the suburbs or there's more guns in the ghetto. We don't know. We know that a lot of white people own guns. And yes, a lot of these guns are being misused. You have little Timmy wanting to play with his father's gun, blow his brains out. You know what I mean? You got a dude over there You know what I'm saying? People call him a dork in school, and he can't get a date for the dance. And he gets a gun from Walmart and shoots up the place. So yes, but in the black community, guns are like, you know what I mean? They gotta have gun drives. They gotta have, you know what I'm saying, guns for toys and some shit. White communities don't even have that. You know, same thing with drug abuse and so forth. Now white people they're doing drugs like it's no fucking tomorrow. We know that. But, you know, the system is set up to protect them and also to deal with their problems. You know, you got white people on meth, but there's this campaign called Life After Meth. And it's very easy for them to get treatment because they have the resources. That's the thing. So things that may not affect other communities as much, or even if it affected, these people can still move forward and get things done what needs to be done. With black people, no, you know what I'm saying? When black people, when it comes to poverty, you know, a lot of America is poor. You know what I mean? America is made up of these rinky-dink little rural towns. People there ain't got no money. They ain't got no job. You know, they may have assets. They may own their house or whatever. But, you know, a lot of these people are working at Walmart to pay their mortgage. You see 35 people, 35 years old, working at the grill at McDonald's. Go to some of these really small hit towns. They don't really got much of an economy there. That's why they build prisons there to jumpstart their economy, to get people to you know what I mean, the prisons, to give people jobs, give people employment. You know, you may have the sheriff of the town who also is the plumber. You know, the mayor of the town is also the constable. You know, the mayor of the town might actually, you know what I'm saying, clean toilets too as a side job. You know, these small towns, there ain't no money there. And, you know, the people are poor, but they're not just, you know, all out violent. You know, with black people, poverty, we're going to kill each other. You know, you guys got to provide jobs. So therefore, the black community is a delicate situation that if things aren't just right, it's going to collapse. And that's what we have to deal with. So therefore, that's why I can't blame the black female, because I'm looking at the black community. I'm like, it's teetering on chaos there. There's nothing good about it. Any little thing can cause an eruption, you know, that creates a chain reaction, you know, and that's the point where I'm getting at. People want easy answers. They want to focus on this, and they say, well, if we get rid of this, it'll create a domino effect and things will be better. Now, people have said that why do black women have children and these what you consider squalid conditions and these war zones? Well, if you look at the world across the map, why are, you know what I'm saying, some of these third world countries it's considered a shithole by, you know what I'm saying, people in the first world nations, why are they having kids? Matter of fact, people in the first world nation, you know what I'm saying, their birth rate is low. You know what I'm saying? But you go to places like Colombia, you know what I'm saying, Guatemala, you know, they're you know what I'm saying, they're just popping out kids. You know, and these kids are living in shanty towns and bathing in sewer water. You know, you go to India, you know, and so forth. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just it's just what humans do. But then when human beings live in a lack of luxury, when you have the most sophisticated and educated people, you know what I'm saying, they just don't want to have kids because they consider kids an identity crisis. So that's all I want to touch up on. Don't want to make it too long. Thanks for watching. Never stop learning. Never stop thinking.